Let me start with the demo session, and before that, let me introduce myself. Uh, I have totally 8.5 years of experience in IT industry, and I started my career with Informatica Power Center developer, and now last around 4.5 years, I'm working in Informatica Cloud, data integration and application integration developer, as well as admin also. So these kind of roles I'm handling. Other than I have experience in SQL and work in multiple databases like Snowflake, SQL Server, Oracle. Uh, these are about myself, and let me start sharing my screen. I think already my screen is visible, right? So let me start. So IICS, today it's a demo session, and we are going to looking on IICS and why we are choosing IICS. So Informatica is the leading data integration tool in the market due to Gartner's overview. So this is the leading one, and in our market also, eh, so much of uh, developers and companies interested on working in Informatica Cloud, and uh, comparing with the other tools, easy to handle, and in the cloud also, they are providing more patches, weekly patches, and good customer support comparing with other. So that's how it is. Informatica is the leading uh, data integration service other than all other tools. So what is IICS? So IICS is the cloud Informatica Cloud service, intelligent cloud service. So when we compare with Power Center, Informatica Power Center, if you guys, anyone who have experience in Informatica Power Center, they know how we are handling like the admin role. Mostly the admins know how they handling the repository integration service, domain knowledge, those kind of things. We are responsible in the Informatica Power Center. But here, it's a iPaaS technology using iPaaS solution. So if someone worked in Azure or to know the basics of cloud, there are three services. So platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So our Informatica Cloud is a platform as a service. So here we don't need to maintain the repository, metadata, uh, those kind of informations we don't need to maintain ourselves. So Informatica itself taking care of those repository maintenance, metadata maintenance, source and target information, whatever, all those they are taking care, and simply through the web user interface we can drag the source connections and target connections, whatever transformation logics we need to be able to achieve this using Informatica Cloud data integration. And so through Informatica, we able to perform the complex business process like such as like in the banking domain, retail domain, what kind of domain. So we can using the connectors. It may be on-prem or cloud. So we can integrate the data, and whatever our need we can transform to those data. So, and here we have n number of connectors, like whatever your connection may be, like Amazon S3 bucket or blob storage in cloud, or in on-prem it's a Oracle DB connection or a flat file CSV. What kind of, so numerous number of data sources we able to handle, and various number of data formats we able to handle in the Informatica data integration. So other than this, through the task providers, like the task flows, be able to schedule and be able to categorize whatever, schedule the processes whatever, and run those processes as per the need, like the file listener, using the file listener, like once the file is available, then we run the, so those kind of work also we able to done through this Informatica Cloud integration. So like we able to explore various tools provided by the data integration in these course. Okay, so let me go through the architecture. So here is the architecture, how we connect with the cloud, Informatica Cloud. So we are simply using the web browser. Through the web browser, we able to connect. We have to install, if our source is on-prem, we have to install a cloud secure agent. For example, let me show the secure agent in my machine what I am using. So like it's a simple software we need to install in our whatever machine, or for example if it's a org, we have a separate platform to create, and we install the secure agent. Through the secure agent we able to connect the on-prem sources and directories. So other than for cloud, we have a cloud hosted agent also. So these are under the runtime environment, be able to connect those connections. So other than, for example, let me go through from this architecture. I am the user. So what I am doing is like through my web browser, I am accessing the Informatica Cloud Secure Agent through this is the firewall. The firewall is nothing but our machine connected with the IICS cloud, Informatica Cloud. Other than the cloud hosted agent, through the cloud hosted agent, we able to connect with the cloud services like Salesforce, Amazon, other than whatever cloud sources, data sources or connectors are there, we able to connect through the cloud. And if it's on-prem, coming to the on-prem, through the proxy, we able to connect with the on-prem databases like Teradata, SQL Server, Oracle, and other than the flat files. So we able to connect those. So this is the architecture, and here you able to connect the on-prem and cloud services. Till now, you guys have any doubts or clarification? You can ask me. So these are basic, very basic knowledge we have to know about what is IICS and how architecture works.
Is it portable to mobile, something like that, instead of PC?
No, till now we're not able to connect through mobile. We don't have a mobile version, but if you have a Google Chrome in your mobile app, you can able to look the web UI, and you able to monitor. But when you come to work around through transformations, mappings, so the laptop is the your machine is the best way to approach.
Okay.
So just
And
to monitor
one
the
more thing,
jobs, you can
mm,
see through the mo-
using mobile.
mobile phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one more thing, you mentioned that we can schedule through IICS. So here we no
Yes.
need to have any scheduling tool, something like
Third party, if we
uh,
need, we can use the third party tools also like Control-M or
yeah.
some other third party tools. If we need, we can use, or else we able to schedule those in task flows. Nowadays, we have n number of new features available in the task flows. Like we able to apply the third party programming languages also in the task flows. So we no need to go with the another third party tool like Control-M or Agile. So
Okay.
it's enough. Task flows are enough to schedule your jobs.
Okay. Here the
Once
sources,
we completed,
whatever you mentioned, those are um, Oracle, like and SQL Server, some other sources are there, right? So mostly nowadays, what are the uh, main sources we are using here? Like uh, not
nowadays
instead of
Snowflake,
databases.
okay. So the cloud oriented uh, sources like Amazon S3 buckets, Redshift. So these are
Mm.
like SQL Server Management Studio, Azure SQL Database. There are n number of connectors are there. Uh, are you able to view my Chrome browser?
Yes, yes. Yeah, and one more thing, like if any project is coming, something like converting from Informatica to IICS, what does it mean? Like the source will be database, whatever the database, end database in Informatica. The logic, whatever we are doing in Informatica, instead of that, we are going to do in IICS. Is that correct?
Okay. Yes, yes, correct. So the main difference between Power Center and Informatica Cloud is we no need to maintain the repository and metadata. For example, in our Power Center, you know the repository, right? There
Mm.
are four icons: repository, designer, workflow, and monitor. There are four different tools we are handling to first we create a repository and through the integration service we need to create an integration service and folders. After that, in designer we are doing our mappings, maplets, and all other reusable transformations, reusable. So those things we are handling in the designer. And
Mm.
after we need to create a session in the workflow, and after that session we have to create our workflow. So it's a parallel process or file listener, whatever scheduler tools are need to you need to add all those things we are going to do in the workflow. After we have a monitor, once we trigger the job we can see the status uh, in monitor. So there are four different tools we are handling in uh, Power Center, but here the single web browser you able to connect all those things. So and there is no concept like session or workflow here. That's why we introduced the mapping task. Mapping tasks are like workflows and sessions here, and through the task flows we able to schedule those jobs.
Okay. Okay.
And also the
And
conditions, yeah, and also the conditions you can mention, like, see, we usually trigger jobs based on certain conditions, like data exists in database, or if a file has arrived, or like a trigger file has arrived, or okay, scheduled a particular time. So these conditions and are also feasible in this, right?
yes, everything, there are components are available. Those components are like, for example, here we have a components. Through the components, those file listeners, user-defined functions, and these are advanced model, intelligent structure model, and hierarchical schema. we used when it comes to JSON or other hierarchical parser like XML. So we can use hierarchical schema to categorize your source or a target. How it we can use both side, source side or target side, whatever your source was. And intelligence structure model. For example, there are in the new environment of in the new environment we have multiple sources. It's are in so many, it's are unreadable. So through the intelligence structure model in our Informatica Cloud, we able to crack those and we able to categorize those based on the schemas. For example, FHIR, it's a one of the complex sources. So FHIR used in the healthcare, and those are coming with HTML sources. If it's a on-prem, they converting to on-prem. So we able to, through the intelligence structure model, we able to read those sources. So other than business services, we call it through uh, like API calls. Uh, Using the Swagger file, we able to, for example, through the browser, we able to collect those information through Swagger files, and in the business services, we able to call those web services. So components are there. Other than in the tasks, we have a task flows. In the task flows, we have a task flow. In under these task flows, uh, let me share it. So we able to schedule the data tasks. So these are data tasks. Under these, whatever data, for example, synchronization task, replication task, whatever mapping we have created, we able to schedule it. And for example, in the sequential order also, in parallel processing also, we able to schedule file watcher. File watcher is there. So command task, we able to run based on the commands, notification task, subtask
Satya,
flows.
sorry,
We
Satya,
able
we
to.
are able to see only your PPT, not
Oh,
the current what is that talking.
Okay.
I'm sharing
Actually, that's
that. Oh, initially I asked, right? I'm sharing my. Wait, let me. I think I shared only my PPT. Now I'm sharing my entire screen. You guys able to view my screen, right?
Yes.
yeah. Now it's okay.
So this is the web UI. See, these are all services available in Informatica. For example, we are working in data integration. Nowadays, these all those services called it as IDMC, Intelligent Data Management. So under these, initially there are some other tools also available from Informatica, like data quality, data governance, Axon. So nowadays everything comes under cloud. So we able to link connect those also. For example, now we are working in the data integration. So I am calling the data integration. So when it comes to the administration part, we have to select the admin service, and to monitor the jobs, running jobs, we need to open the monitor. Other than the data quality, application integration, so whatever tools are available, all are included in this services. Initially, they started with. Can you guys please mute yourself? Um, Mohammed, can you please mute yourself?
This is Mohammed Khan from Toronto, Canada.
Yeah, hi, Mohammed Khan. Can you please mute yourself?
Okay.
Yeah, please. It's very, I see. Yeah, please. Yeah. So these are the services available. Under these are all assets. As I told, to schedule the jobs, uh, uh, like to listen the files, we have a components like file listener, intelligence structure model, hierarchical schema to XML and JSON sources. So based on that, we have a new technology like intelligence structure model. Intelligence structure model is to use for FHIR services, as I told. So these are the components available to extract your new data sources. Other than here is the task flows. Under this task flows, we can schedule the jobs. So so you can see n number of task flows. Be able to run the tasks in parallel with the decision linear task flow. Linear task flow runs only in the sequential manner, and this way we able to schedule your jobs like through the task flow. We can run your jobs, run the process one by one or in a parallel manner, and with the decisions also, and using file watcher, subtask flows. You can use the task flow under subtask flow. There is another task flow you able to add the task flow based on the decisions. So if we can run a condition, if it fails, we can run the next one through the jump processor. So wait or past some of the time, whatever you need to. So those kind of third party scheduler tool, whatever they are doing, we able to achieve this through the task flow itself nowadays. In our cloud. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
then,
other than, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, please go.
No, no, no. So I think just I think Hema somebody asked. So migration from say I want to migrate one particular workflow into IICS. So it's just a kind of .xml export that we take and
Yes, we able
import.
to do the power center task. We have a power
Okay,
center task. What power center task will do, right? We able to run the power center tasks in our cloud data integration.
okay, okay,
Through the XML, we able to convert it into the cloud mappings
okay,
and
okay,
maplets. So whatever connections we able to do.
okay.
Hi,
And
Satya.
see these, yeah, hi,
Satya, one question.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So this IICS, is it the only the on-prem power center is the service? Because there is a concept like IDMC, right? It gives more services. What is the main difference between this IICS and IDMC? Can I know that?
Yeah, now, okay. Initially, they started with IICS. The name is IICS, and in IICS, we have not number of services they provided. Initially, they started with data integration and application integration. These two, they started with IICS. Now they changed the name IICS into IDMC. Under the IDMC, as you showed, so these are all the other data governance, data quality, data marketplace like the Axon. So those are also they included in the IDMC. So under all these services, we called it as a IDMC. Before it was IACS. These services, all the services included is IDMC.
As part of this course, are we going to cover all these things, or only the
No.
application?
So data integration and application integration we are going to. So these are all different services. Data governance is a different service. Data quality is a different service, and the data action is a different service. Those are all different services. So mainly integration. When it comes to the integration, there are two integrations. One is data integration and application integration. So these two are the main integration services in our IICS. So we are going to cover data integration and application integration.
Okay. What is MDM? Do you have any idea about Informatica MDM? Will
Yeah,
it come?
master data management. So these are working in. They created with MDM SaaS. So this is also one kind of integration tool like uh, big data. So this is for big data analysis. So
Mhm.
MDM SaaS working for. It's a different area.
Okay. It won't come in IDMC, like whatever the screen
In
before you.
our course, we are going to cover data integration and
Application
application
integration.
integration. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So it will be in our market. We have numerous opportunities and openings in our data integration itself. So it's an added advantage when it comes to know the application integration.
Hmm. Okay.
So let me show you the connections also, what kind of connections we have. Okay, let me load it. Let me go to the next part. Okay. So as I told, it's a platform as a service. So what you are doing is simply with our HTTP connection using the web browser, you are able to connect your through the web UI. You are able to do all your transformation logics, and we don't need to use your IICS repository. Those are all stored by Informatica. And coming to the okay, what are all the services? I already listed out. Design your tasks using the source and the target, whatever transformations you able to. Those are also there, and monitor your tasks. Once you scheduled, monitor those tasks. And like admin tasks are like create users and roles. The roles are important one. For example, in the organization, we have a admin, we have a developer, the support people also there, the testing people also there. There are categories, right? So with me, I have created the role. Yeah. So so these are role. For example, if you role-based access control. In our IICS, we have a role-based access control also. What is role-based means? So I am a developer. I want to create only the mapping and I need to execute the mapping, but I don't need the admin privileges. So the admin, what is admin role? Admin only create the connections, create the users. If any issue occurs from the platform, they have to handle it. So those kind of roles. For example, under the organization, there are so many teams are also there. So I'm able to provide only the specific folder access to the developers. So those kind of role based access also we able to provide under the Informatica Cloud. So for support people, what I'm able to provide, they able to only see the monitors and only see the jobs which I have, which the developers created, and I'm able to give the access only able to see the jobs which developer created. They not able to make any changes. Those kind of roles I'm able to assign to the people. So this is the main one, and these are the services. And I have showed the shared the services also. And other than, let me go to we can explore some of the tools under the web UI. Let me share those also. For example, so these are users. So let me start with the admin part. So I'm able to add the users here. So if I need to add the user, I'm able to create whatever groups are based on the projects. I can give the access through the groups, and like see, uh, if they want to work only on the data integration part, I have to give designer, deployer, those kind of information. Once I create a user, for example, someone named like Anita, so I have to create a user, and I have to provide the access to them. Once I saved, it will trigger the mail to them, and they can create a user. So this way we are creating the users, and the user groups. User groups are nothing but the folder privileges which I have, which we able to create. So once I create a group, under the group I have to give the access, what kind of access they need to use. Those people only able to access those specific folders only. So user roles. Mainly some of the user roles initially uh, from the IICS, they provide the basic roles. So we also able to create a roles, like what kind of access they have to use. So we able to that one, and so it is the important part. So the runtime environment. So we have to install the cloud secure agent. So the cloud secure agent, this is the software. So once you got there is a 30-day trial available. Once we start the classes, let me help you guys to create the trial period account. Based on the trial period account, you need to download the secure agent. Secure agent is the software. You have to run it in your machine to create a runtime environment. So runtime environment is nothing but the firewall between your on-prem and because the data is security is the main thing you have to work on with data, right? So the runtime environment is like a firewall. It is running between your on-prem and the cloud. Uh, so So this is the runtime environment. So under the runtime environment, whatever services I am using in the Informatica, those are all listed below. For example, I'm using data integration server, mass ingestion. I'm able to add whatever service I want to. For example, under when I go to runtime environment here, see, I'm able to add the services, all the services. I enabled only the data integration. Other than these are the connectors. So whatever connectors, see, these many connectors are there. For example, Amazon S3, Amazon Redshift, DynamoDB. These are all from Amazon, and Azure. Azure from Azure database ingestion, Event Hub, and Salesforce, Snowflake, Google BigQuery, Google uh, buckets, those. everything, all connectors are there. Through the connectors, we able to connect and use it as a source or a target. And if someone, the power center people knows, we have a version controlling option, right? If someone worked in power center, they know. So version controlling is nothing but we have a history of our jobs. For example, today I have created one asset. Tomorrow I am going to change the asset. But the previous day asset I need to recollect. If I made some changes and I saved it, but I want the previous version. So what here we have to enable the Git repository. Through the Git repository, we able to store our metadata. Through the source control, we able to get our previous versions. So those are possible in our Informatica Cloud. So these are main in admin part, the user creation, user role, the runtime environment, secure agent, and the connections. So how you are creating the connection, go to connection, create a new connection. So I have planned to, once you guys started working on, I have planned to go through one by one. For example, uh, once demo is completed and once you guys enrolled, so we can create a database like Oracle, SQL Server. I have planned to create two databases. One is SQL Server, one is Oracle. And if you guys are ready through the cloud secure agent, we have I forgot to tell you, like there is a one more cloud secure agent, sorry, cloud hosted runtime environment. For example, if you need to connect the on-prem, then you have to connect with the runtime environment which you have created. If your source is a cloud, there is a runtime environment called cloud hosted secured agent. So you no need to install anything for that one. So simply it's always in running because it is provided by Informatica. For the uh, cloud databases, cloud sources or targets, we can use this cloud hosted agent. It's provided by Informatica. So let me give you how we can create the connection. So what you need to do for on-prem, you have to simply give the connection name and description, what type of connection. And here you need to select the what type of connection you are going to create. So if I am going to create a flat file, I have to create the runtime environment. And I have to create give the browser. For example, once you created a installed a secure agent in your machine, so through you able to connect with your on-prem. So for example, I have placed my source file here, so I can give and
Satya, I have a question with respect
yeah,
to
sure.
security. Let's say,
Yes, sir.
ideally, it is a cloud secure agent, or like, let's say, I have two source systems with respect to cloud and four source systems with respect to on-prem. Whether we need to have only one, ideally, one secure agent, or like multiple
No,
secure
no,
agents.
secure agent is uh, just a software secure agent. You have to run this in your machine. It's a software runtime environment. Under the secure agent, we have a runtime environment. Runtime environment is your firewall to run your jobs in the web UI. You got it right?
Okay. Yeah,
There is a
yeah, but
difference. There is a difference. Secure agent is using to install in your machine. This in Informatica Cloud Secure Agent you have to install in your machine to connect with your on-prem. On-prem is nothing but, for example, I have a source files in my directory. I need to pull those files. So what you need to, you have to install the Informatica Cloud Secure Agent in your machine, and then you have to run the runtime environment in. So this runtime environment is not only for connecting with on-prem. To run your jobs, there should be a runtime environment should be run in your machine. So then only it able to connect with through the firewall. Everything is happening because uh, uh, if you need to run the job, then you have to enable the runtime environment. So for example, the question you asked is it's about the runtime environment, not about the secure agent. So there are two runtime environments. One is you have to create the runtime environment for your connect with your on-prem. There is another one runtime environment it provided by the cloud Informatica itself. As I told, if your source is cloud, you don't need to create any runtime environment. So, for example, if your source is a Snowflake, you can connect through your Informatica Cloud Secure Cloud runtime environment because it's a cloud one, right? So for cloud, you don't need the new runtime environment. I think I answered your
yeah,
question.
yeah, got it, got it.
Okay. So this way
And
you're able to connect with the runtime environment. Yeah, please
yeah,
go ahead.
Satya, and the follow-up question on that. So,
Yeah.
whatever the secure agent, right? I think with IICS, but is it the same concept with whatever that newer version IDMC what you mentioned? Is it the same
Mm.
concept with that as well?
See, IDMC, as I told, IICS only they changed the name as IDMC. Before it was
Okay.
IICS, now it was
Uh-huh.
IDMC. In IICS, they initially they started when they are come up with the cloud, they gave the name as IICS. Now they changed the name as IICS from IDMC. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Everything is
Okay.
same. In
Same.
IDMC,
Okay.
what they done, like they included all the, for example, data quality is on-prem, like a
Mm,
Informatica Power Center. They have a data quality. They have a data governance tools. They all are softwares before. Now what they done, like everything they moved into cloud, like the same way like the Informatica Power Center data integration. So the every all other services, uh, I already shared this one, right? Every services
yeah.
are available here.
Okay. Okay.
What you need
Okay.
to do is like uh, you have the for example, based on our budget or based on our service need, we have to connect with the Informatica people, and based on our need, we collect all those services in our machine. For example, I
Uh-huh.
need only the data integration and application integration. I'm able to pay only for these two services. I will I have only these two services.
Okay. Okay.
Why
Got
I
it.
am seeing all the services, we are paying for these services also.
Right. Right.
This data quality, data profiling, data governance, all those services showing here, I am paying for these services.
Right.
That's
Right.
why I am able to
And
see those services.
right. And
Yes,
going
please.
forward, they make all only IDMC, right? No IACS.
Yes,
Maybe
yes. No
the name
IACS,
they.
no IACS.
Okay.
Yes, they
Okay. Okay.
already they changed it's just a name conversion. So everything they are now available in cloud.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So under these, we are working on the power center is nothing but the data integration. The data quality is nothing but here cloud data quality. So that way they changed everything. So I think most of the schedules, coming to the schedules. So what I am able to do, like, once I have created the task flow or a mapping task, I am able to schedule uh, the processes. I have to create a schedule, and I'm able to call these schedules in my task flows or the mapping task. So these are I covered most of the administrator part, and I'm covering whatever we needed. Those part I am trying to cover up in our course. So in day-to-day life, what are all the tasks we are working? For example, I already have created. So these are the contents we have prepared. So mainly focus, we have a focus on these things like so basics, from the basics, what is the architecture, and other than what are all the tasks other than mappings. So for example, data transfer task, replication task, masking task, mass ingestion task, task flows. So how, and the mappings, under the mappings, what are all the transformations are there, and intelligent structure model. So we have listed out everything, and we have planned to cover all those in upcoming classes. Synchronization task, and inside the parameterization, we have input parameter, in-out parameter, and there is a and these are all the transformations and parameterization. As I told, in the parameter, we have in our Informatica Cloud, the parameter is a very vast part. So we create uh, many kind of variables, like one mapping to another mapping, how we able to linking, and expression macros. These are also one of the good part in cloud. These are all not available in the power center. Like expression macros are like the bulk expression. For example, in some of the flat files, we have to create ltrim and rtrim. Maybe the spaces are there. You know need to give one by one column, applying the logic. Using the macros, you able to give all those fields. For example, all the string columns you can include, and ltrim and rtrim simply. And replication task mainly used in the Salesforce connections, and through the replication task, how we are loading the data into the database without creating the tables. Masking tasks are used in the data quality purposes, like we can mask the data. And the mass ingestion is nothing but pull all the files, and load it into one source to another, one source to target, and how to create a task flows, and under the task flows, how can we play like a incremental loading, from the database, based on the conditions, how we load the data into the tables, like hierarchical connectivity is nothing but using the APIs, and JSON file formats, XML file formats through these, and intelligence structure model, and then advanced tasking and performance tuning. So like push down optimization, like partitioning techniques, those kind of these are all main services we are planning to cover up in the upcoming classes.
So Satya, what about the practical thing, like
Okay.
Are we
So
going to do any? Uh,
yes, practical only. So what we are planning is like, so today I'm going to take up on the transformations. So let me explain. For example, going to the data integration, I'm going to create a mapping in front of you, like whatever logic I'm going to implement, I'm going to create in front of you. For example, in a day, if I'm able to cover one or two transformations, I'm able to cover those transformations, and you are going to do it yourself in using the IICS in on your own. So initially in one or two classes, what you able to do, like whatever connectors we needed, first we create those connections like Oracle or SQL Server. So these are like prerequisites and the 30-day trial periods. So once you created all those, we can start our classes, and we start debug all those and dig all those to how can we do. It's all our practical only, not a theory. We don't have a theory. From the day one itself we start exploring the tool.
okay. It's a 30-day free trial, right? So after that,
Yes.
how we can manage?
It comes as pay as you go. We I think after 30-day trial period it comes with paying. But if you use, like a use means, if you store the connectors, if you create the connectors, there are still available, then they are going to pay. So for example, if you want to create one connector, you can create and explore and delete in the same day. It won't like a billable amount. There is a pay as you go. You can explore that way also. It not cost you.
If we delete, we cannot see that in
Yes,
future,
yes.
right?
In
Oh,
future, yes. But in 30 days, you can in the trial period, you can whatever you need to, you able to explore all those. Once
okay.
you entered in the project, you don't need in the project itself. They provided the IDMC, or else you can create using the other account, Gmail account. You can create another 30-day
But
trial period.
whatever
So
the
it will
mappings
cost.
I have in the old account, it won't reflect in the new
Yeah,
account.
it won't. Yes, it won't.
Mm,
Yes, yes,
mm.
we not able to. And I have
Okay.
planned to show the SCD types also. Uh, these are slowly changing dimensions in Informatica. It is very useful part. Is if someone worked in power center, they know how important the SCDs are. In if you go to the interview, surely one of the question is SCD. Those are also I have planned to cover all those topics.
Okay. What are the databases we are covering here? You said
Uh,
Oracle and Teradata.
and SQL Server,
SQL.
Oracle and
So
SQL Server.
both are databases like DBs only, right? So instead of
DB,
that, mm,
it's a working DB, like in the real-time environment, they are using Oracle and SQL Server.
so
Those, those are
other than
only we
that,
are going
what
to
type
explore.
of files?
Snowflake is
So
also there. If you go to
mm,
cloud, Snowflake is there. Let me show you. You can play around also with the Snowflake. Snowflake also providing 30-day trial period. Based on that, we can create Snowflake connections also.
okay. And Azure files. I don't know whether it is a file or not. Like yeah, Azure database, something like that, like AWS.
Yeah,
Those
SQL
also.
Server is sure.
Okay.
SQL
How about
Server is
AWS?
sure provided. Data again.
AWS or Redshift, something like that.
AWS. So see, whatever connections are there, it's just a source and a target. In between, these are the transformations, and these are we are going to see explore all about the transformation. What is
Mm-hmm.
the integration part? Integration is nothing but there is a source and there is a target. In between, what are all the logic we are going to apply? For example, there is a employee table, and I want to know who all are getting more than 5,000 salary, I want to list out all those in the target. Then I'm going to use some transformation logic, and I'm going to use one transformation, and how I am implementing in the target, how I am performing in between using the target. This is the main concept in data integration. So whatever connection it may be, it's just a connection. The Amazon Redshift or the Azure database, it's a connection. The connection part will be taken care by admin. What I am doing, I am doing transforming the data. That is the main concept here. So
Okay.
what are all the tools available? I am going to explore all the tools in the Informatica Cloud data integration, and I am going to explore.